Welcome to the video lecture series on mechanical working drawing. Myself A.M. Joshi. I am working as a lecturer in mechanical at Government Polytechnic Latur. This is our lecture 3 and we have started with development of surfaces. This is the second lecture of development of surfaces. In the first development of surfaces lecture, we have seen the concept of development of different solids like cylinder, then prism, then pyramid and cone. This was just the overview of the things. Now we are going to discuss one by one the method of drawing the development of these type of solids. For that we shall solve the problems in which the development will be asked to be drawn. So let us take one problem. This is the problem where it says that draw the development of lateral surface of a pentagonal prism with edge of base 40 mm and height of axis 90 mm. So this is a pentagonal prism and the size is given. It is kept on HP on its base. So if it is kept on HP on its base, its axis will be vertical with an edge of the base parallel to the VP. So let us try to visualize this thing. When it is cut by an AIP inclined at 30 degrees to HP. AIP means auxiliary inclined plane. So this solid is not complete, it is cut. So let us try to see these things. Here you can see the model of first quadrant. So this is the horizontal plane and this is the vertical plane, and the intersection of these two is the XY line. So here you can see the XY line. On this horizontal plane, three pentagonal prisms are put. So if you see it from front, then you will find that they are resting on base on HP. All are resting on base on HP. So why these three I have drawn? So let us try to see this thing in top view. If you tilt this thing and see this thing in top view, then the top view of all three are different. So in this first case, this base edge or a face is parallel to this vertical plane. Note that this vertical plane looks like a straight line when you are looking at the top view. So as long as you are looking at the top view, you can fairly say that this XY line is nothing but VP. And the other way, if you are looking at it in the from the front, that is, as long as you are looking at the front view, this XY line works as if it is a HP. So here these are resting on XY line, that means they are resting on HP. Now if you go back to the top view, you will see that here in this case, this edge or back face or rear face is parallel to this vertical plane. So you can tilt it and get the idea of this thing. So this face, this rear face is parallel to the VP. Okay, so this is the case we want. Okay, then this is another case in which this pentagonal prism is kept such that this face is parallel to VP. So here also one of the base edge is parallel to VP. But in this case of white prism, you can see that no base edge is parallel to VP. Okay, so no base edge is parallel to VP. So this is not the case. So you cannot draw the problem by drawing the top view in this fashion for this problem. If it is a problem in which, if there is a problem in which it is mentioned that one of the base edge is perpendicular to VP, then this can be used. But for this problem, we can use any of these two positions. So in top view, first we are going to draw the pentagon like this or like this, whichever way you like it. It is easier to draw this type of pentagonal prism because first we will be drawing this line, then you will be taking 108 degrees angle, then you will be marking the arcs, and this point where it will end you don't know. Whereas if you start with this thing, it may happen that it will touch the VP. So it is better to do this thing, but this is also okay. This is also right. Now let us actually start drawing the figure. This is the XY line. Above this thing, we are going to draw the front view. And as we talked about, when we are looking at the front view, this line itself behaves as if it is a HP. So if some line is perpendicular to HP, we shall be drawing it like this in the front view. Then as long as you are looking at the top view below XY line, this line itself works as if it is a vertical plane. If some line is parallel to VP, we shall be drawing in the top view like this. So somewhere here, let us draw the pentagon in top view. This angle we are going to take 108 degrees. Similarly, this angle again we are going to draw a line of 40 length with 108 degrees angle. Now to complete the pentagon, let us draw two arcs of 40 radius from these 2 points like this in this direction, and let us join this point of intersection with these 2 points so that we shall complete the top view of the pentagonal prism. So this way the pentagon we have drawn. Now let us draw the front view of this pentagonal prism. By taking the projections from the top view, we have drawn here the front view. And in this we have drawn these two lines as hidden lines and these three lines as continuous lines. Why that is coming so? That is why these two lines are hidden and why these three lines are continuous. Let us try to see or visualize it. Coming back to our model, this is the pentagonal prism. It is kept on base on HP and it is kept such that one of the base edge is parallel to the VP that we have seen. When you are looking at it from front, from this side, this edge is nearer to you, so it will be visible. These lines will also be visible, whereas the rear lines or these two lines, this line and this one, these will not be visible. That is why we have drawn those two lines as hidden lines. So these are the top view and front view of this pentagonal prism. The names of the edges are given. This AA is the vertical edge. Likewise, these are the all vertical edges which are seen like point here. And in front view, for the respective edges, dash has been used. This is the convention we have learnt in our first year only. So this A dash is the rightmost vertical edge which is seen as a point here in this. So after drawing this front view and top view, let us try to draw the development of this prism. Lateral surface we want to develop, and as we talked about in the previous lectures, that the length of this development will be equal to 5 times length of the side. That is, the length will be equal to 40 into 5, that is 200 millimeter. So let us draw it. To start with, I will draw one line like this. So this line is of 200 millimeter length. Now I will draw vertical line like this. So this is the complete development. This will be of 200 length and height will be equal to 90 as given in the problem. Developed surface will be of 200 by 90. We'll have to wrap this development around the object. To do this thing, we'll have to divide this into the number of faces, so that along those edges we will fold it so that it completely winds around this thing. So this AA edge is going to be attached here. Then we shall be drawing the another edge B, B, C, C, like that. Now I'll draw these edges. This way the edges are marked. Now if we cut this development and fold it along these edges and match this with the A edge, then B with B edge, C with C edge, like that, then it will be completely wound around and the another edge will come again back to the AA. That is why this AA name is appearing twice here. So this is the development of a complete prism. But as we have seen in the problem, it is mentioned that this prism is to be cut bisecting the axis of this prism, and the cutting plane or auxiliary inclined plane should be inclined at 30 degrees to the HP. So this way the inclined plane can be there, or it can be drawn this way. Okay, so let us draw the cutting plane, and accordingly what changes will be there in this development, let us see. The auxiliary inclined plane is shown inclined at 30 degrees to HP and bisecting this axis. That is why we have drawn this line. This yellow line shows the cutting plane. The lower portion of this is to be kept and upper portion is to be removed. Now if you see this point, let us call this point as 1. This point is on edge AA. That should be marked here and here also, because these two are the AA edges. Now if this point is point number 2, then it should be marked here on this edge B. Likewise this point is 3, then it should be marked here on the line C. So I'll mark these points. So here we have marked these points, 1 on AA, 2 is on BB line edge, so we have marked it on BB by taking projection. Then 3 is on CC, that we have marked on this edge CC. Then 4 is on DD, so that we have marked it on DD in the development. Then 5 is on EE, so we have marked this thing on corresponding EE. Now let us join these points. These points are to be joined by straight lines. If it is cylinder, then we have to join them by smooth curve. Otherwise, if it is a prism or pyramid, and if it is cut by a straight line, then we join it by straight line. If it is cylinder or cone, then we join them by smooth curve. If the cutting plane itself is curved, or it is cut in a curved fashion, then only we have to join them by curve. Now in this problem we will have to join it by straight lines. So let us join these things. So this way these points are joined. These are joined by straight lines as we have discussed. Then the upper portion of this development as well as of this front view of the prism is made faint, because this portion is cut. That is why this is made faint, and the lower portion is the now the final development of the cut prism. So I would ask you to take drafter or sketchbook and ruler and draw this thing once or twice. Let us see the different kinds of problems in the next lectures. That's all today. Thank you.